supporting the kind of messages that are being exchanged between parties. There are in total likely 50 or 70 XML schemas for exchanging certain parts, certain types of business data. They're in a sense orthogonal to it because in order to exchange data on this basis, you usually need to set an agreement between the recipient and the provider of the data. So they are not really meant for anonymous consumption that you publish them on the web. And the most important thing is, in XML and microformats and other standards, they may be conceptual structures, they may be considered ontologies, but they don't expose individual data items on the web. So for example, in XML schema, if you have a node in that, a data element in an XML document, that individual data item doesn't have an HTTP URI, so nobody could link to it from the outside. It has a context, but it doesn't have a URI. You could transfer the path into a URI, but there's no standard way of addressing. For example, if you have a huge XML file describing you and you have another huge XML file describing friends of yourself, then you cannot make simple statements between two people that they know each other inside those XML documents. So EBXML and BMECAT and OpenTrans and other catalog data, there are probably 50 to 100 exchange standards for the same. What you can do is you can lift data from such standards in a pretty straightforward manner to GoodRelations. So for example, we have converters for several XML standards, not for EBXML for the moment, but I must also say I'm not completely familiar with the exact scope. So what kind of messages are supported in EBXML. But for catalog standards, for example, or for feeds, for Google, there are tools that lift the whole thing to GoodRelations. Keep in mind, GoodRelations is a